Welcome to Exit Algorithms, the podcast where we decode what it really takes to unlock growth, streamline operations, and prepare your business for a high value exit. Today, I'm joined by Dani Kaplan, the principal of SMC Data Systems and a veteran consultant with over 4 decades of experience transforming business operations. Dani has spent his career helping business leaders unlock value by fixing broken processes, optimizing inventory, and implementing enterprise software. He's an expert in ERP systems, supply chain management, and the critical intersection where smart tech meets implementation. Today, we'll talk about building operational excellence, preparing your business for a successful exit, and why investing in the right tools is the fastest path to both profitability and team retention. Dani, excited for this interview. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, absolutely. Would love to start off if you could just share a bit about your background and how you got into supply chain management, the software side especially. I know a lot, big topic. So maybe just a few of the highlights for our guests.
My fancy background is starting about 50 years ago, was a computer called NCR 315, which was as big as my desk. Those days there were no PCs, and was a raised floor and a big air conditioner across the entire room, and temperature was 60 degrees.
Wow.
And tape drive was spinning for 12 hours. So I picked up an English Hebrew dictionary. English was my second language at the time. And I learned COBOL programming. And it was a big task because I had to use an English Hebrew dictionary to learn programming.
Tough, yeah.
So the computer kicked out my program because of spelling mistake in English. So I gave it to the owner daughter. She fixed my spelling mistakes. And then I fixed the programming mistakes. That was the first generation of computer. Second generation after it was the IBM AS400, which translates, COBOL was long programming line, and the AS400 was indicators. So switching languages in computer, like switching from English to Japanese, I have to start all over again. And it was a cultural shock for me because it's different. But then I modified the IBM software, manufacturing software, and distribution software. Was 100,000 line software. That was a holy cow. Nobody would touch it at the time. A normal program was 10,000 line maybe. It has a nasty thing in it. If you made a mistake, you go to last night backup and you lose the whole day work and re-enter it.
Wow.
Because I modified both software, I found out where it freezes. I created a utility. Record number 10, you click on number 10, you go in, halfway in the middle was an X, you take the X out, you're back in business. So I was invited in 85, I was invited with them executives in Atlanta. There were 4-day seminar, 12 hours a day. The organizer told them that he was not happy when my wife came. So the chairman for the top told him, give him $2,000, pay his wife airfare, and let him go sightseeing. We're going to keep him hostage 4 days, 12 hours a day. And we discussed how to improve the software. From then, I moved on to consulting. I represent a company for 25 years with the ERP software, manufacturing, distribution, food, analytic, warehouse. Here is today's reality, supply chain issue. People have that outdated software, go and buy warehouse software to control the inventory.
Yeah.
This is the biggest mistake they can make. Because as good as API is, it's okay until there is an upgrade. If there's an upgrade on the warehouse software or the ERP software, there's a broken link. And then each vendor blames the other vendor. It's not my fault. In the meantime, you have multiple hotlines arguing with each other and your business suffers. So having integrated software, one-stop shopping is crucial.
Yeah.
A second issue is, how do you buy software? I wrote an article on LinkedIn, about 60 comments about it. I tell people the way you buy software, you do a shopping list, like a supermarket shopping list. Your business requirements, department by department, not a wish list. Your issues today and where you're heading for. When you give a demo, the list should be addressed. If they don't address it, stop the demo. If you like the demo, two questions. Can your people use the software? Or it's too sophisticated for them? If you give a kid a Ferrari, it's a tragedy on the highway. If it's too sophisticated, you will never go live with it. Another issue, a lot of software houses give you a slideshow demo. The CFO loves it. He loves the financial. The IT recommends it. Manager recommends it. Looks good on the resume. A decision maker feel like cannot go wrong with a big nameplate. SAP, IBM, Oracle, wrong. It has to fit your business. You cannot be impressed by big names. Another issue is you have to make sure that the software that you bought are the software house going to support it and do the implementation, not subcontractors. Because subcontractors is a casino. If you get a good subcontractor, you're lucky. If you're not, you have problems.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's ongoing costs with that too.
Fixing it.
Yeah.
Another issue is making sure that the people are trained. The methodology the company represents, the $50 million, 200 employees, test environment, like our screen. We create a test environment, convert the data over every day. At the end of the day, make sure it's accurate. Then on-site training, not web training. People get scared with new thing. Our life analogy. If you buy a new car, it has all those gadgets, somebody has to show you how to use it. Same thing goes for computer training. Training on the internet is not as good as on-site training. So the test environment, convert the data every day, parallel run, train in test environment. They cannot cause damage. And that's second thing I tell executive, you cannot say I must go live this particular date. Hard line. It's asking for a headache. Before you go live, you make sure everybody is proficient. If they're not proficient, postpone by a month. More training. After they go live, the technical team and support will stay on site. They're giving a child a bicycle with 2 more wheels until they get a balance. When they're proficient, you're ready to go to live. Those are very important issues when you look for software. Now let's discuss today's supply chain reality.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Prior to COVID, inventory was plentiful. The vendor was told, give me the best price, drop ship to the distribution center, or drop ship to the customer. Today is a new reality. The Red Sea, supply chain issue, and tariff. The cheapest vendor is not the best vendor. If they deliver late, production disruption. Parts are missing. Until the parts finished, you cannot finish the product. If you check Google, less you Tesla and Volvo stop production because the Red Sea issues. This year, Google said Volvo has issue. I'll give you a real life analogy. If Volvo or Tesla, when they build a car, if a seat belt is missing, the car cannot be sent to the dealer. If you send the car to the dealer too late, he tell you, I don't want the customer cancels the order. Same thing goes for production. You have to know what your net inventory is. Net inventory is after you allocate production and future order, what's left over, and when is the next inventory coming in. If you don't have the information, production disruption, when the inventory comes in, you pay overtime, the product costs you more, you can't pass the cost to the customer. You ship the product late, sometimes the customer return it, now it costs you overhead to bring to the warehouse. Warehouse space, you have third-party warehouse. And now we go to the most important factor, the bank. Banks today are like Arabic horses, skittish. When they say inventory, they get scared. With Macy's and all those bankruptcies, they're afraid if something goes wrong, they own the inventory. Then the money business, not inventory. So you must have accurate information of the inventory.
Yeah.
Next issue we discussed is M&A. When somebody sells the business, I compare selling a business to selling a house. It can be a perfect house with good foundation, but the roof is not great, the outside is not painted, and the grass is not mowed. You'll have very few buyers. If you paint the wall, you fix the roof, you mow the grass, and you have few flower beds, you have many buyers bidding. Same thing goes to M&A. You might say my company is worth $40 million, but you have outdated software. So inventory is not accurate. Your receivable is not accurate. Your payable is not accurate. The buyer gets scared. He tells you, I don't believe the number you ask for is correct number. Now the horse trading starts, argument. And the seller gets less money for the ask for.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great analogy. Selling your house, you got to make sure it's clean, and you fix the leaking pipes, and you replace the broken refrigerator, all of those things.
Before a business owner decides to sell the business 2 years before, he should upgrade the software. Have a modern ERP software. Takes about 8 months to a year to go live. You cannot cut corners.
Right.
And then 2 years later, the buyer comes, you can tell him, or the bank, you want my inventory? Give me 5 minutes. Here is a spreadsheet of my inventory. No need to close the warehouse. You want my financial? Here is a spreadsheet, my financial. The bank is happy. The buyer is happy. They're confident they're buying a salad company.
Yes.
Makes a big difference to M&A in today's world of M&A.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely agree. Yeah, I would love to pause there for a second. As businesses try to prepare for a higher value exit, you're right, technology is huge. Your perspective in operations and inventory, what other ways do you see to improve margins, a bottom line, before they go to sell?
You must have analytic information. So you can show the buyer or the bank, this pen, when I bought it, was very reasonable. Today it costs 3 times as much. Would I buy it again? No, I wouldn't buy it again. Same goes for inventory. There is mature inventory that have sold a lot, but because of the tariff and the landed cost today in various costs, it's become too expensive. So what's sold in the past will not sell today. You must have acute analytic. What products are selling? Just because it's sold in the past does not mean to sell today. Second thing, what region buys what? I'm in the Northeast. I wear a pile. Florida goes to the beach. They wear t-shirts. So you have to know what region buy what product. Sales activity. Sales rep A sells so much. Sales rep B sells much, much less. What's the reason for it? Does he have bad products? Or that person doesn't work? Or the region doesn't buy anymore? Because there are some turmoils in the industry, in the region, unrest, demonstration. So all those factors go in to affect the sale. So you must have a real tight analytic. Another issue is a customer bought 5 years ago $3 million. Last year he bought $2 million. This year he bought $1 million. Why? Did he get bad customer service? Or does he have financial issues? Or is it a slow-moving product? If the product is a fast-moving product, it's not the reason. You check the receivable. He used to pay in 60, 90 days. Now he pays 150 days. He has financial issue. You better put 2 options. Number 1, you put him on COD. Option 2, maybe you allocate the inventory to a customer who pays fast. Remember, we have limited inventory now.
Mm-hmm.
Another issue, landed cost. How much it costs you when the product come in. Today, the Red Sea issue with the Houthis, ships are going around Africa. Even though they don't shoot missiles today, the carrier don't trust them. So the Suez Canal shipment is practically next to nothing. They have huge losses there. 12 days around Cape Horn, around Africa, extra. More fuel, more freight. Those costs are being passed to the end consumer or the end manufacturer distributor.
Yeah, huge disruption. Yeah.
So your products come in multiple shipment, multiple prices. You have to know very accurate information. What inventory came in at what price. Another issue, the tariff changed by the day. One day is up, one day down. When it's up, it's a yo-yo. So your products came in multiple tariffs. Again, the analytic tells you what's the accurate landed cost between tariff and product, and how much inventory you have in stock now. I like to compare inventory to a checking account and bank account. It doesn't matter how much you have money in the bank, how many checks you wrote, they did not clear the bank. That's your net dollar in the bank. How much inventory you allocate production and future orders, and what's your net inventory. And when the next inventory coming in. Those are very important factors that the system can give you. And buying a warehouse software is a band-aid. I have a real-time case study. Large company had a warehouse software and ERP software, all software. So they bought a warehouse, tried to control the inventory. It all worked fine until it was an upgrade on the warehouse software. Then was a broken link, integration issue. AT&T blamed Verizon, Verizon blamed Mobile, and T-Mobile blamed God. While the two vendors talked to each other, inventory was totally out of whack. So when a customer called, they had to call the warehouse, they will have it available. The customer got tired of staying on the phone, hanged up and called somebody else. Lost of sale. Important factors.
Yes.
To be addressed.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I asked that question. I appreciate all that insight. I love a few things about what you said, but we can focus on the technology implementation piece, making sure it's the right fit for the business. Do you have any recommendations for how to get people behind the new technology and change management?
Thank you. That's a very good question. A lot of people have software that the IT manager wrote it 15, 20 years ago. They love it. Every mother that have a retired child thinks the child is a genius. The IT manager feels it works perfect. No need for change. They're scared of new technology, which is the main reason. The end user will not practice. If the IT manager resists, they will not practice. It's a big issue. If the IT manager endorses it up front, goes to school and tell the end user, this is a new reality, we have to move forward or we have issues, the user will practice because they have to practice in addition to the regular work. So create for them additional labor. So having a corporate IT manager that endorses the product, it makes a very big difference. That will make or break the implementation. Because if the IT manager does not support it, the implementation will take longer, it will cost more, and it's a big thing. Another very careful thing to watch for when you buy software, do you have to change your business to match the software? That's a square peg in a round hole. It creates a lot of business disruption, long implementation, and severe cost.
Yeah.
The software should fit your business, not your business should meet the software.
So, yeah.
It's like taking a Toyota engine and Honda transmission and put them together. Bad integration.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really good Yeah, the software should fit the business, not try to do the opposite and find the software first, right?
A lot of big names, I tell you, you must change your business to meet the software.
Mm.
Now let's discuss the M&A world.
Yep.
Venture capitals are buying companies. Each company has its own software. There's the kiss of death.
Mm.
Wisconsin warehouse is short of inventory. Dallas warehouse has too much inventory. Two separate ERP. So Dallas does not know that Dallas has it. So Wisconsin buys more, while Dallas overstock. If you have one integrated ERP, you can either drop ship for the one that has too much inventory, or transfer it over. It's a big mistake that happened with the ERP today. And then each region have to call the other region, do you have the inventory for me?
Mm. Wow.
It's a very important factor. Having one system integrated, and now you have control of the total company. I have a case study of a worldwide manufacturer that decided to buy distributors.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
3 systems. Inventory dropped to 80%, raw material and finished good. That's a kiss of death in normal reality. In today's out of business. Today with a single inventory that's for manufacture and distribution, the accuracy is 99.9 accuracy.
Mm.
Very important factor to have one system. I've seen it over and over and over. In 1985, when I had black hair like yours, I took a company $6 to $45 million on a handshake.
Mm.
I was reading a trade magazine about it, and the article was about multiple ERP software talking to each other.
Mm.
Those days, the banks only have multiple systems talking to each other. I picked up the IBM books, the red books, I read it and find how to do it. It's in the M&A world, it's very important to have one system, not multiple systems, because you ask for all kind of integration issues and headaches.
Yeah.
And each region buys for itself. Now, but each region buying for itself, you lose your purchasing power.
Mm.
Instead of buying for one big order for all the regions and tell the vendor drop ship to multiple places, 3 separate orders, and you lost the purchasing power.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they have to communicate to each other. Definitely. Yeah. Wow. And I feel like that philosophy around implementing technology applies to a lot of industries, not necessarily just 3PLs. And I love the wisdom you're sharing, Danny. Yeah.
Software is software. It doesn't matter what industry you are. It can be medical, can be HR, can be distribution. You have to have the same methodology. Test environment, so it doesn't affect the live environment. Training test environment. The IT manager buys into it. No hardline deadline. Make sure the user are proficient, and you don't change your business to meet the software.
Yeah.
And one more issue, where the support is coming from.
Mm.
If the support is not in the USA, you're asking for a headache.
Mm. Yeah.
And is it how many days a week and how many hours?
Mm.
Some manufacturer work 24/7. So you have to make sure the support coming in 24/7. If it's only 5 days a week and something happens on weekend, guess what? The plant stop working until Monday.
Yeah. Huge issues. Yeah.
And no matter what industry you are, support is a major issue.
Mm.
Everybody gives you the best referrals.
Mm.
You want to speak to 2, 3 CEO, CFO, and IT manager.
Yeah.
One question. When you had a problem, how long took them to fix the problem?
Mm.
I will compare it as a kid that was supposed to be a mechanic. We should be have one eye. If we get stuck on the highway, we'll take a mechanic 5 minutes to fix it. If the mechanic doesn't show up, we're stuck on the highway. If you call for support and you don't get support, your operation stops. So don't care how much of a discount you got and how good is the deal. If the support is not good, walk away from it.
Yeah. Yes. That makes sense. The cheapest isn't always the best, right?
And the most unfortunate part is we live today in an unethical reality, a transactional reality.
Mm.
In the 80s and 90s, they've done 50 million handshake. Today, it's a non-existent world.
It's indeed. Yeah, it doesn't work like that
It's a
now.
different world now. You cannot do it.
Yeah. No, definitely.
It's a very different world. So support is priority. You must make sure you get good support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Danny, we talk a lot about AI technology on this
I'm glad you brought
podcast.
up AI. If you check Google,
Yeah.
80 to 90% of AI fail. It's a fact of life. What happens is each department creates their own AI silo. And it works for meets the department requirements. But when you put it together, a small piece might be missing. And the AI is not human, it's going into a spin. And you got erroneous data. I compare AI to .com. .com was a big hoopla until the stock market crashed. And now .com stabilized and it's working.
Yeah.
Same thing AI. AI is a big buzzword today.
It is.
You take it with a grain of salt. In a few years from now, it will be a standard like e-commerce.
Yeah.
But today, AI requires very careful walking into. You don't jump into the pool head forward with the shell if the water is shallow. You don't jump straight forward to AI with all the buzzwork without making sure that you cover all the bases. That's if you check Google, Harvard University, and MIT said that 80% of to 90% AI fail when you put it all together because every department put their own AI to fit their own requirements.
Yeah.
And you put it together, something is missing.
Yes, it operates in a silo. Yeah.
Separate silo. But all it needs is one thing, small one piece fitting, and then the AI goes to a spin and give you erroneous information. Now, if we translate to real life story, multiple shipment came in, multiple landed cost, multiple tariff. If the AI made a mistake, you might sell your product for less than it cost you. That's where the problem comes in. Or you might think you have enough inventory while you're short of inventory. Yeah. Or you might think this vendor is a good vendor to buy from because he gives you a good price, but he has bad delivery dates. So I compare AI being in a party and taking a drink. If you're going to drive home, don't drink too much.
Yeah.
Everybody loves AI. Everybody jumps into it. I don't get excited. I've been through a few generations of computer, and they all start with big hype, and then they get sobered. It works, but work slow.
Yeah. That definitely some words of wisdom there for sure. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it. I think starting small is absolutely the way to go.
It's like learning to drive. You don't just get behind the wheel and drive. You take driving lessons and you make sure you're proficient before you start driving. And first you drive on local street until you're comfortable with the car, and then you go on the highway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put real life to software going live and using AI. It's always better to be cautious than sorry later.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's great, Danny. And I love that analogy of the .com bubble as well. I think it's absolutely, there's a lot of lessons you can learn. There's studies too, just about disruptive technologies in general, and it repeats itself. Once it's newly adopted or it comes to market, it floods the market, right? And then it reaches a pinnacle, and then you realize, oh, we're trying to do too much. There's too
It's like
much
drinking
business,
too
too much
much.
investment.
It's like drinking too much the next morning after it.
Yeah, and then it
Side
just
effect, yeah.
plummets down and goes probably below where maybe its usefulness should be. And then it takes years to level out and we really use it
Everything in
properly.
moderation. Everything in moderation. You don't jump head forward to the shallow pool.
Yeah.
AI is a great tool, AI. Use carefully. And then it does a lot of things for you. But you can, and it has to be centralized, not complementary per department.
Yeah.
Same goes for software. You don't buy warehouse software for one person and the ERP for another person and the CRM for a third person. Because now you have three vendors in the picture. And API is wonderful until there is an upgrade. And then there's a broken link.
Mm.
And then finger pointing.
Yeah. Not communicating. Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are some practical use cases you're seeing with AI in warehousing and distribution?
My biggest advice is before you do anything, study your business requirements per department, not a wish list. Issues that need to be addressed today, and where is your company heading to? Because the world is very changed quickly. You make a shopping list. That's what I need now, and that's what I plan to do. That's the guideline for the buying a software or going into AI. You can't go wrong by being cautious.
Mm-hmm.
You get hurt very badly being reckless.
Sure. Yeah. And tying it to a specific metric that you're trying to improve, right?
You have to
Whether,
use it very carefully
yeah.
and make sure your people can use it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it looks good in the demo does not mean you can use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Has it been a tool that you use in software development?
I don't do it anymore. I have people do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
After 50 years in computers, I am not interested in conquering new mountains.
Got it. Yeah.
1985, I'm executive, trade magazines, and all that. It's enough for me. I'm not looking to, but I tell you one thing, I will not work with unethical people. I will not work with somebody I don't trust. I don't care how good the deal is. I don't care what they tell me. Unless I can trust somebody, I will not touch them.
Yeah.
I like to work on a handshake. If I cannot trust somebody, I better walk away. The company I represent for 25 years has the same ethics I have. It's for mid-market clients, manufacturing, distribution, food. It's a single database software supported in America, 5 locations across the USA, support 24/7.
Mm.
My website has all my information about it.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And I wish that it could go back to, the handshake sort of deals, be foundation of having a foundation of trust
I
in
still
business.
believe in it.
Yeah,
Unless I can trust somebody, I walk away.
that's smart.
It's a
Definitely.
one person belief in life.
Hmm.
Because if you don't do it, the contract will be as good as as a lawyer making money. In a lawsuit, nobody wins. The lawyers win.
Yeah,
So if you cannot trust somebody, walk away and trust your gut feeling. If you're not comfortable, it's a bad deal.
yeah, definitely. That's funny. I was just listening to a podcast with Tony Robbins talking about this topic of trust in business, and he's saying, he's been bit too many times and so before he does the deal with anybody, he has a team he hires to do a very in-depth research about their background.
I'm glad you mentioned. I heard a podcast how Walmart merged with Walmart merger was an executive of Procter and Gamble that retired, that lives on a 100-acre and a consultant. It's a Walmart M&A. It took 3 months. Generally would take 3 years. There were two friends who trust each other. One lawyer, one law firm. The street name called Integrity. The license plate from the car called Integrity. Was unheard in the industry how Walmart made the merger so fast. They trust each other. They knew each other for many, many years. And that's the key. If you can't trust, if the trust is not there, all the lawyers in the world will not help you. It's a bad deal.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great foundation and good at just solid business advice. Yeah, you've seen the evolution of computers, such a big change in business from the beginning of your career to now. I was just wondering if you have any insight where you think it's going in the future.
Everybody say that AI will replace people. I don't think so. I think what the same thing happened with the new generation of computer came out. Everybody scared of the new computer. It will give more information instantly, but the human factor is still very important. When somebody calls, want to talk to you, getting a voicemail or automated voicemail is not the same as hearing somebody. Even in the plant, all those robots that print the product, somebody still have to make sure that the product was picked is the right product. So I don't think AI will replace people. AI using the right way will enhance information, will give instant information, but it has to be done the right way.
Yeah.
Every generation is the same. Hoopla.com came out. Everybody got excited. Before the .com with AS400, there is always then the PC. There is always a new generation. There's then always new hype. And then the dust settled down and life became normal.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's smart. Absolutely. Yeah. I want to also give you a chance to bring up, I know you have a call coming up this week, the presentation. I'm actually going to be on there. But
yes,
give you the opportunity
on Friday at 3 o'clock, I will be presenting to the New York State CPAs for 50 minutes. And my opening CPAs worry about the financials, they don't worry about the inventory. And my opening statement will be, it does not matter how much money you have in the bank. It's how many checks you wrote that did not clear the checking account yet. That's your net money in the bank. It does not matter how much money you have, how much inventory you have in the warehouse, what you allocate for production and future orders, and what the net inventory after you allocated it, and when the net inventory coming in, and from whom to buy from. The cheapest vendor is not the best vendor because you start a cycle of business disruptions, production, orders cancellation, invoice don't get paid, the dog's chasing his tail. So I'm going to educate them. There is a world beyond financials. The real world is tariff, supply chain, inventory coming late, multiple landed costs and multiple prices, and knowing what is the real cost of this product after it came in. Because it's multiple shipment and multiple tariffs.
Yeah.
And not knowing, if not having information, you might overprice it and not be competitive, or underprice it and low gross profit or even losses. It's a very fine balance scale that have been monitored. That's why having integrated modern software is crucial with warehouse, analytic, financial, purchasing, forecasting, All the pieces under one umbrella, web, cameras, being able to order on the phone. It's all have to be under one umbrella rather than multiple vendors.
All the telematics as well. Yeah.
Because multiple vendors is multiple headaches. Remember one thing, APIs is good until the next upgrade. Right. There's the broken link. And then finger point starts. And the victim is the business.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you give some very solid advice. You know, there's always going to be a human necessary. That human connection is, I think, going to be really hard to replace with AI and technology.
I get a voicemail from Verizon, AT&T, whatever. I push a button and say, I would like to speak to a representative.
Yeah.
Because the AI voice cannot solve my issue.
Right.
It's reality. We're all facing it.
I think it is getting better. I think it eventually may be able to.
It will work. According to Harvard University and MIT, the failing rate is 80 to 90%. But it's like the dot-com. That's how dot-com started.
Yeah.
And then the dust settled down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a simple rule. You don't jump to the pool in shallow water, head forward.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's a good analogy. Yeah. And you mentioned, you know, it's important to have all of your systems under one umbrella.
I think you don't want multiple vendors.
Yeah. For smaller businesses that may not be able to afford or have the means to implement
there are excellent software for small businesses that has everything. They don't have to come with me. The software represents mid-market. But there is, and I'm happy to advise anybody. They don't have to buy from me. There is excellent small business, small software houses that have everything in it. The rule of thumb is it has to be integrated, everything together, and no subcontractors. Because subcontractors is a Russian roulette. You might get a good one, you might get a bad one. But there is some very good small houses of software. You just be careful. But the rule of thumb is the same as what I just spoke about. If it's a very big ERP software or very small ERP software, still comes to the same point, hide the support. If it's a Mercedes or Chevy Chevette, both are cars, one expensive car, one cheap car. Reliability is the major issue. If the car is not reliable, it's in the garage. You're stuck on the highway. So there are some very good software houses. But you make a shopping list of your business requirements out front. You make sure it's being addressed in the demo, and you make sure you get support, they have a good support house.
Yeah.
But they can call me. I'll be happy to discuss it with anybody and give advice, because I don't like to see people getting hurt.
Yeah.
So you don't have to buy from me, use the software represent. I'm still available to give advice.
Great. Yeah, and at the end, for sure leave where people can find you, probably LinkedIn or anything.
LinkedIn, my website, send me an email. I will set up a meeting. We can discuss it for half an hour, and I give you my opinion that I feel the way it should be done.
Sure. Great. Yeah, I'll leave that in the show notes for our audience. Yeah, Dani, thank you so much for all your time. I know we're coming up here. I've had a really, you've given a lot to the group. So to the listeners.
Thank you.
Here.
I'm glad talking to you. I'm glad we met.
Yeah. Just wanted to give you the floor. If there's any last things you want to leave the audience with, some practical tips or anything.
Yes. Before you start doing anything, make your business requirement list. What the issues are today, what your future plans are. And when you have the demo, it must be addressed. If it's that, and one more thing, you don't give the demo to everybody. You cannot have all the departments. It's a fruit salad. One department at a time. Because finance has different requirements in manufacturing, manufacturing requirement, then purchasing, and purchasing requirement distribution. So one department at a time demo. You don't put everybody together.
Great. Awesome. Yeah, that's a good place to leave it. Appreciate you coming on the show, Dani.
Thank you.
Yeah, be in touch.
Thanks. Bye.